The highest probability setups that you can ever have will always be when there's a SMT divergence present. Whenever there's a SMT divergence present, the setup are always a higher probability. You're always gonna have a higher edge over the market. Every high probability setup and what I've been trading, which I'll show you guys examples of high probability setups that occurred, that trades that I actually took, which offered me a 14 RR, 15 RR, 11 RR, were all offered by one thing: SMT divergence. I used to de-risk on SMT because I was like, man, no purge, no trades. But I sooner found out that I was being fooled by my own self. I was deceiving myself. I was gaslighting myself. So I would just de-risk. I would make a lot of money, but I wouldn't make the full amount because I de-risked, which is what led me to go to a stage where I was like, man, SMT is giving me such a high probability setup left and right. SMTs are everywhere. I always de-risk, but they work out so beautifully. Why is that? SMT will give you the top, says the bottom. It's basically telling you, okay, this is the highest. I mean, this is the most highest price that you can sell. This is the cheapest we can go. This is the most premium that we can go. That literally means that it's telling other market makers and it's telling smart money traders like me and you and some others, to the educated people, it's telling us, okay, this is where we do not want to go any higher than this. We do not want to go any lower than this. That literally says itself that means if it does not want to go lower than that, you want to buy it up. If it does not want to go higher than that, you want to set it down. So that's literally telling you, okay, this is, if it does not want to go any higher than this, you want to shut that shit down, right? Because you don't want to go any higher, so shut that shit down. And it just tells you, okay, the market doesn't want to go any higher, so it doesn't want to go any higher, I'm going to short it down. I used to hate SMTs because I didn't know how to trade them. Now I know how to trade them. I've been trading them. All my high probability setup: 15 RR, 14 RR, 11 RR, 8, 13.5 RR, which I'll show you guys examples, and I'll show you guys me executing those trades. And the execution are in my YouTube, on my playlist. You can go check them out. They're always there. Proof is always there. The evidence of the concept working out is always there. I give you guys before and after as well. This setup right over here, all those low RR, is if it's 2 RR, that's all I care about, because 2 RR is a very high RR as well. It makes me profitable in the long term, so that's all I care about. Although I did say 15 RR, 14 RR, 13 RR, there's gonna be times where 2 RR is good, because we gotta use logic here. It's Thursday and Friday. Market does not want to go and make big expansion moves, so going for a 14, 13 RR move wouldn't make sense at all. And you can see this move right over here that occurred, it happened, was sponsored by SMT Divergence, which worked out beautifully here. Why did SMT work out here? Was because first, SMT tells you, okay, we do not want to go any higher or lower. The market makers are basically giving you a free signal to short it down or long it up. If the market maker is telling you, giving you a hint that he doesn't want to go any lower, it's giving you a free signal to short it down. And how do you know that this SMT is likely to hold? What are the confirmation to the SMT divergence, or simply a CISD / Monroe 1, which I call it, or oral block. I call both of them a Monroe 1. We're basically the same thing. People can have their own views on it. I don't give a shit. It's making me money. That's all I give a fuck about. Now, if we go back in the chart to show you guys more example of the SMT divergence working out beautifully here. Now, if we go back in the chart, let me go to the higher time frame, because this is what I need to use. Let me go and get the example here. You see the upside was sponsored by SMT Divergence. And keep in mind of the time. Keep in mind on what day it was traded on. Thursday. Right. If you pay attention to the SMT people, if you just pay attention to the time and you pay attention why we just went to the CRT high, you will know the true meaning of time. You would know, okay, these specific days I should be doing this, these specific days I should be doing that. More topic on that on the later chapters. Shit, not later chapter, later videos in the future, 2028. All right. So right over here, we're taking the Model 1 itself. How the SMT Divergence confirmed by the Model 1. And keep up the time, by the way. Thursday. Today is Thursday as well. The same setup happened to the downside. You can see how the setup stagnated after meeting the drawn liquidity. You can see how the setup over there stagnated after meeting the drawn liquidity is tweaking out here. Later, more on that topic later in the future. Hopefully I get to that topic, because that topic right there, shit, people need to pay me for that shit. Now let me give you guys more examples on what I mean on the SMT Divergence, giving you a really high probably setup. Setup happened and it worked out in our favor because of the SMT Divergence, although we're buying on the equal lows. Setup happened because of the SMT Divergence. SMT Divergence. There's an hourly order block they could have shorted down with what confirmed it, a SMT Divergence. Now let me go back on the chart and show you guys beautiful lessons here. Now this is the other one. During this time, if you go to the correlated pair, SMT was out the low while this one didn't. So there was a SMT Divergence between the correlated pair, and this was a 15.5 RR. My last take profit was this highs all the way down here. And keep in mind, I did partial. I did have insurance on this trade. Right over here, you can see. This is the candle. Boom, stop loss here, top loss here. And our take profit is all the way here for a 15.5. This one does say 16.8. When I entered the trade, spread got me. Okay, spread got me very hard. So I only made 15.5, but this one says 16. It's supposed to be 16, but as you guys know, spread does fuck around with you trade a lot. But you can see, you never get stopped out. But wondering, whoa, what it went down here. Never hit your stop loss. This is during the London session, so spreads are very tight. It's not during the Asia session. You see market performed beautifully here. And you can see right over there, 15.5. What does this trade have? SMT. Now, let me give you guys more example. SMT Divergence right over here again. And how does SMT Divergence get confirmed? This is hinting us that the market does not want to go any higher. So it's giving us a free signal. The market maker is giving a free signal. Okay, we want to go lower here, so shut that shit down. This is where I went for 2, which is take profit instead, which is 8.3, and as well 8.8. I mean, as well you can see the entry. How's the Model 1 was confirmed by a order block or a Model 1, or see as the way you guys call it. I could just call it Model 1. Affirmation happened. Entry here, stop loss there, and take profit all the way down here for a 13.5 OR, which was the low of the daily fair value gap. And what was confirmed by again? SMT. What does trade specifically had in common? SMT. And quickly, if to the S people, pay attention to the time. Pay attention to that Monday through Wednesday, and pay attention to Thursday and Friday, as well as pay attention to, Monday through Wednesday, as well as Thursday through Friday. You could see the setup happen on Monday. We went for a big RR, performed beautifully. It happened on Tuesday. We went for a high amount of RR. Keep in mind, Monday through Wednesday and Wednesday through Friday. Now, if we go back on the chart to where we are right now, look at the differences. You straight to Thursday, look at the RR between these two and these. Huge difference. So those who pay attention, congrats. You got a edge here. You got a enigma. I say so myself because that's specifically using time, which nobody will actually ever understand on that, because they're such a hypocrite, dumb, diluted parrot COT ICT traders. Right over here, model 1 setup happened, long that shit up. Going for this high. Look at the RR on this 8.5 and look at the day, Monday. A lot of you guys call Monday a very hit or miss. Yes, it is a hit or miss, but as long as your hits take over, it takes your misses. That's all that matters. Because if your hits can overtake your misses will never outweigh your wins, your hits. So you're gonna trade on Monday, and there's a card on Monday right over here. See, you go back. You gotta wait till the market opens. Market does a big dump. Boom, goes up. Probably got smashed, and eventually went down lower. Now, you see how these big trades happen on a specific day. Time over price. Nobody talks about this, I'm not gonna come here try to hide it up. I will talk about it in the future during a course. Right now, I'll keep it to myself. But I'm already giving you the sauce here. So if you're smart enough to use logic, you'll know what I mean. Now let me give you guys more examples to SMT. Although this trade right over here was not confirmed by SMT, it still offered us here. If you go back, actually go back in time, there should definitely be SMT to call it a pair. I'm pretty sure there's SMT that would call it a pair here. Let me go to the time frame here. Unfortunately not. Alright, it was no SMT confirmed that. But now, no frantic on that. Now let me give you guys another big sauce here. You can see this push to the downside that happened. This is case, there's an SMT, but you can see the time here. Friday, not big amount of RR. If you use time in the correct way, you will find out the missing piece to your trading strategy. Now let me give you guys another example of SMT divergence occurring in very high probability, high RR trades, which that one was right here. SMT divergence, SMT. How is SMT confirmed? By a number 1 in the lower time frame. And those who are very ST people, you would know, okay, I would take a trade on the rejection block because the wick is overweighing the body. The rejection block will be the one to perform well. This is like, you have to be CRT traders do know about this. They actually don't know about this. But if you're an S2 people, you would know this very easy. But you have to first have a lot of time to chart before you can get to this. But you can see this one I personally took out of here. As I said, this registration block entry during that time I did not know because I was relatively didn't give a fuck about it. I didn't pay it. I wasn't that attitude of a person. Now I am. But if you took that trade, 15 RR just to hear, just from my trade specifically, he offered us a 14 RR. This is one right over here. He offered me 15 RR. It was more on the 14 RR because I said spread. He offered me a 14 RR trade. You see, right over here. What does it have in common? SMT Divergence. What does it have in common? Time. What day was this trade taken out of? Tuesday. Pay attention to that carefully. Very high amount of RR happened on Monday through Wednesday. But you have to use that correctly. Do not fucking force it. Now here giving out free sauce now. I'm not gonna do that anymore. Right over here you can see Mon 1 happened. Your original entry is supposed to be the order block since your advanced trader registration block would have been it because the wick is already in the body. So you're entering on the registration block, stop loss right over here. Why and how? Why should you enter the registration block? Because first of all, registration block must be confirmed by a model 1 and it must be the right model 1. Second, the wick must overlay the body. In this case, the wick is overlaying the body. The registration block will be the entry, stop loss right over here, and save take profit. But you're going for a 20 RR. So now you just boosted up your RR by 5 RR. Just by being a very smart person. Thank you for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, and join the description down below. You can see how all these trades have one thing in common. SMT, 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 SMT. No SMT, but just try to show you guys the time. SMT. And you can see SMT right over here. It has the SMT with a time. Look at the time over there. Look at the time. Look at the time. Look at the time. And eventually here, look at the time. Look at the time. You see the differences here. Look at how big market moved. And look how big the market moved on these days. Not much, right? Not much. So yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, and join the description down below. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.